Brothers and sisters, it is a wonderful privilege to be in the presence of the Lord. I am blessed, for God has blessed us with a new day, a new week, filled with new hope, new faith, because faith is always in the present. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Now hope, now faith, now faith. Now, where is your hope? Because the message today is hope and faith. Hope and faith. Where is your hope? Hope is in the faith. In every faith there is hope. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. The substance of things. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen. Are you putting your faith in a seen God? Because there are so many gods. Some are like Godfather. People that you are hoping that anytime with a phone call, they will put you in a placement. That's a God in your life. I have an uncle. Just a phone call, he will do this. Hope that is seen is no hope. Romans chapter 8, 24 and 25. For we were saved in this hope. Which hope? Our salvation came from a hope that is unseen. But hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for what he sees? When you have seen that thing, it is no more a hope, something that you need to hope for, because it's right there before you. But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it. With what? Perseverance. New King James Version. I don't know what other translation are talking about. New King James Version. That is why our rapture from this planet Earth, hope. Our being with Jesus Christ forever in eternity, hope. Some people, their paradise is already here. They have seen it. So what are they hoping for? But this is directly to parents, especially those that call themselves Christian parents. God may, by his providence, place you in a church where you look around, there are no young ones, young men for your daughters, or young girls for your sons. And you begin to doubt God why you were born in that church, why you were blessed in that church. Maybe it was even in that church that you got your beloved wife. It was in that church that you were blessed with children. Now, because of hope that is seen, because of putting faith in what is seen, you looked around, there is no girl for your son, there is no young man for your daughters. Then you move on to go look for a greener pasture, to another church where there are so many men and so many women. Right? Hope that is seen is no hope. And faith on anything that is seen is no faith. There must be ask yourself, why did God plant me here in the first place? Because God can plant you in a dry place to use you to do what? To be a blessing to the place. God told Abraham, I will bless the whole world through you. And the man he was talking to had only one son. Yet, God told him, your children will be as numbered as the stars of heaven. as the sand of the seashore. Abraham did not see it, and that is real hope, real faith. Now, when it came for for Isaac, he was of age now to have a wife of his own. It was only him, Sarah, and the father in the tent. Others are handmaids. Abraham said, you know what? God will give my son a wife. Genesis chapter 24. Abraham told his houseman, the senior staff, Eliezer, go get a wife for my son. No Canaanite woman. Eliezer said, how can this be? Okay, let me go with the young man so that he can choose for himself. Abraham said, no. My God will go with you. Unseen faith, unseen hope. That is how Rebekah came into the life of Isaac. But you are here now, taking your children to one or two places because that is where you feel they can find their spouse. You are handing them down sin faith and sin hope, which I'm sure your parents did not give you such handout. Your parents must have taken you down just like Abraham did, because that is what my own parents did to me. They handed down to me, to us, unseen hope, unseen faith. That is why anywhere we find ourselves, we can prove God beyond reasonable doubt. Amen. And that is your portion. Oh, our church is so dry. Where can I find boys for my daughters? Where can I find girls for my sons? No. Hope that is seen is no hope. There must be a reason why God planted you there and blessed you with those children. Acts of Apostles chapter 2:3. If God can add to a church 3,000, because of you, God can populate that church because of your hope and your faith in Him. And will bring in angels, young men and young women of substance, that will bring your children and take them to a new level with their hope and their faith. Because of what? It came from God. It is as a result of your hope on an unseen thing and your faith on an unseen God. But when you take your children to places where there are ready-made men and women, brothers and sisters, it is fearful. It is very, very fearful, because this is a very important issue. And that is for parents. Now let us talk to the young men and women on this same issue. So many of us have chosen a profession that compromises our faith in God. For example, with my background, we don't believe in medical science, neither do we put our hope in medical science. But because my daughter is good in mathematics, in sciences, then someone is advising me to encourage her to go and become a medical doctor or even a professional nurse. How about that? Because of the monetary values, then you compromise your faith. So where is your hope? Where is your faith on job and career? When it comes to marriage, choosing a wife or choosing a husband, do we go by lust or do we go by God? Genesis 24. So many times I ask some couples, did you hear from God? What sign did God use to confirm Himself before this marriage was consummated? So these are the things that we need to carefully examine. Where do we place our hope and our faith? Hope that is seen is no hope. Faith on a seen thing is no faith. How about the kind of family we want to raise? There are so many young men and women today who have vowed that they will have little or nothing to do with the faith of their fathers. Yet we have a hymn titled Faith of Our Fathers. Sing that hymn. You read through that hymn, you see that the faith of our fathers is the real faith. The faith that my parents handed down to me, to us, is the same faith that I am handing down to my children, because that is the real faith. Because we want to deviate and run away from the faith of our fathers, we choose to raise a different family with a different faith, different values. Sorry to hear that. Today, we raise our children other than the way we were raised. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? How come John was raised according to what? What God told the parents on how to raise the boy? How come Jesus was raised exactly how God directed the parents? How did God direct you to raise your children? How did God direct your parents to raise you? Where is your hope? Where is your faith? The same thing happens even in the businesses we do. Because Jack is in that business, because Harry is in that business, because this, because that, you jump into the business without finding out if that is exactly where God is calling you. What if God has a special thing for you that nobody has ever been into before? So many of us will say no, because nobody knows about it. These are the things that we need to reconsider as Christians. How about the ministry? So many of us know that we have calling, but we have a particular type of ministry at the back of our mind. Go and read the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Yes, there are so many gifts of the Spirit. But Paul is asking there, are we all prophets? Are we all speaking in tongues? Are we all exercising the spirit of discernment? We cannot all be pastors. That is why my ministry could be different from that of my father. My father could be a stationary pastor when God has called me to be a missionary, moving from one place to another as an apostle, as a messenger of the good news of Jesus Christ. But some of us will say, you know what? I want to do this. I want to be like the other man. I want my ministry to be like this one. Who are you? Did you call yourself? Because of what? You put your hope on things that are seen, on a type of pattern of ministry that you have seen, when actually God has a different thing for you. That is why I love Solomon. With all his wealth, with all his wisdom, with all his experiences. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 13. He said that under this sun, the only duty of man is to obey God and fear him. Abraham was looking up to that city that God is the architect, the founder, and the builder. God said, continue going. The Bible says Abraham didn't know where he was going. He hoped on a city that is unseen. He hoped on a land that is unseen. He hoped on a future that has no bearing. But today, our business, our wives, the kind of children we want, our profession, We have all the pictures and designs in our hearts. Some of us have even put it on a sketch. If it is not like this, does not mean. No. Hope that is seen is no hope. That is why God didn't want you to see the kind of parents that were going to be your parents before you were born. Because so many of us, if we had choices, we would choose different parents. Despite how we pretend today that we love them. When they cannot afford your school fees, when they cannot, give you the kind of things of your heart's desire, we pretend that we love them, but in our hearts we know that if we were given the choice, we would have chosen another family where they have it all. Where is your faith? And where is your hope? This is the word of the Lord.